What's up guys, my name is Stanov and I will try to solve the first problem of Advent of Code 2017 by following the test-driven development. Alright, let's get started right into it. I will be solving it in Python, but I'm a primary Java programmer, so maybe my Python style is not completely Pythonish, but we'll see. Okay, the first example seems fairly easy. There is some, if you don't know Advent of Code, it's just great code puzzling experience. I highly recommend it for improving your coding skills and problem solving skills. So there is some story here for day one, and the task is for this input string produce some kind of output. The task is to compute a sum of the digits that are twice doubled to each other. So there is 1 and 1 next to each other, and we should count it to the result, and there are 2 2's, and we should count it to the result. If there are 4 1's, it means those two, those two, those two, and the first and the last one, because they say it should be circular. So it's 4 because it's four pairs of ones. Here is no pair, so 0, and here is one pair, is the 9, the first and last 9. So I have my template from last year, so I'm going to copy and paste it, and it's going to be day 201. It means like second year, first day. It should work. And it's got the template tests in it, so I can run all the tests that it is here. Or maybe this does just the PyTest for every folder. So I'm going to run this, and there it is, 120 tests passed in 1 second and something. So there are some things I need to change. There are some to-dos, so I can, yeah, the template do not bothers me, and the utils do not bother me. Does not. Sorry for my English. So rename to day calculator and also main test. Yeah, that's to do. That's not related to this. Whatever. But what I care about, okay, I guess I will follow it later. So the main file is this. Yeah, I should here replace this template to day 201. I can find the template, or even better, I can find the template here, and there is no template. So I guess that's gonna be it. Run the test. Yes, okay, perfect. And it will return the solver, where the solver is this one. So solver is basically the main part of my code. Here is some calling of some helper module and helper method in this module. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to paste the actual input here. So this is the input we are going to need. I'm going to paste it right here. That's really long stream of digits. And I'm going to commit this. So this is just copy template. Copied template to day 201. Commit and push. And I've got it connected to Travis CI. So we're gonna see right away if it works on cleanly created virtual machine, but it should. So okay, checks out. And there we go. All tests pass. Wonderful. So the next step I'm going to do, I am going to copy those examples as some kind of acceptance tests. It's going to be solver test. In solver test, it should do for 1, 2, 2. It should be 3. For 1, 1, 1, 1. And I'm wondering why I named this full example. It's only here. I don't get it. It's just in template. Okay, I'm going to delete it now. I'm going to use those 1, 1. It should be 3. Test 1, 2. If I put 4 ones, it should produce 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 should produce 0, and this should produce 9. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and blank lines. Okay. So now it should fail. Those 4 tests will just fail. Yes. And one actually passes because it returns 0. So those are the acceptance tests. I'm going to mute them for now. Or do I? Yes, I will. It's skip Nope. PyTest skip. That way. 2 blank lines. Okay, whatever. And now it's going to be skipped. Nope. There's some annotation. Nope. PyTest skip. Mark skip. That's it. So this is going to be full example 1. I guess that's the stuff I wanted to do there. Okay, run test. And they got skipped, yes. So, acceptance tests added, skipping for now. And now I will do the interesting stuff, which is I'm going to program this solve one internal. So I got an input string, which are those numbers, or let's follow let's follow the test-driven development. So I'm going to do test1 if I get nothing, 0 when empty input. So if I solve it for empty string, it should return 0. I'm going to run the tests, or I can run only the test. So it may be okay. The comment bothers it. No, it doesn't. What's happening? Something is not. It's the comment here. It doesn't like the to do. Those two comments, because there is no return. So return 0. Or it doesn't compile. So it was fine. Maybe it's not the case. So now I made it compile. It shouldn't be skipped. Come on. So here we go. All green. Returns 0. So commit and push. First iteration is over. Empty string when given empty string return 0 sum. Maybe I can name it better. 0 sum when empty input. That should be proper name for that. So what else? I guess 0 sum, when I put there 1 2, it should also produce 0 sum when 1 character long input. I'm not sure if this is TDD at its best, because now I edit new test and I didn't demonstrate bug, but it's just what it should do. Test for 1 char input. It's not proper way to write it because it doesn't check the code. The test just passes, but I don't have I don't have the check of making the test pass. So the test may be just badly written now. So I'm not sure about it, if it's good to do it like that. I can sure do non-zero sum when 2 identical digits. So if I do 2 and 2, it should be 2, and this should fail. Yes, great. You see? And I can make it pass by asking if length of input string is 2, then return 2, else return 0. And colon, sorry. And that's it. It passes. So commit and push. Input returns 2 same digit returns non-zero sum. And now I should make it fail. So I can do this. Zero sum when 2 different digits. So for 2 and 1, it should return 0. And it returns 2. Should be 0, should be 2, no, should be 0 and returns 2. We got a fail. So what's the easiest way to overcome this fail? I can remove this, I guess. So if length of input string is 2 and I don't know if Python allows and, or I should use just ampersand, maybe. Let's see. And input string, nope. Input string 0 is the same as input string 1 here should be and, I guess, then return 2. Let's check it, and it's correct. So commit and push. Two different, I'm not sure if this is a good practice to commit and push after every change, but it creates those checkpoints. You can come back later if it doesn't work the way you want it should. Two different digits input returns 0 sum. Commit and push. And continuous integration still works. So what's the next case? Well, what about 3? What if I do 2 or 3, 3 and 1? Should be 3. So non-zero sum when 2 different digits and 1 when 2 same digits and 1 different, and it should fail. Yep, it does. Is 3? No, should, oh no. Expected 0. Nope. Expected 3. And actual, So I should write those tests opposite way. So this is the expected. Never thought about it. Now expected 3, actual 0. Okay. So now it's decision. I should write to do somewhere and come back later to that, but I don't have anything for those longer to-dos. So I'm going to continue with this practice and come back to that later. You can tell me in the comments if you agree with this, or yeah, I feel irresponsible. So I'm going to go to GitHub and I'm going to do it right now because that's what responsible people do. Issues. New issue. Swap expected and actual values in tests. Like this. Preview. Yes. So that's it. And I'm going to assign it to me. So people, if you are watching and you want to learn something, this is how responsible people behave. Okay, that's what Uncle Bob says. And it sounds reasonable, so I just did it. Maybe I shouldn't do it because you came to this video for something else. So let me know in the comments if you agree with my move or you don't. Anyway, we have this failing test, so we need to make it work. How do we gonna make it work? There are 2 digits in that string. And the code should become more generic. I shouldn't add more conditions here. So I should transform it somehow. If should become while. Or I can do something slightly less intrusive. I can here create new variable called result. It's going to be 0 in the beginning. And I'm going to return result here. And this will just add yeah, I did something more than I should. I shouldn't do 331. I should do, it's too complicated, it's too complex test. I should do just 33. When 2 same digits, when 2 same digits dva 2. Is it a good name? I don't know. So I'm going to skip this test for now. And this should fail. Yes. Cool. And now I should make it more generic. So I don't, if input string is 2 and those 2 are the same, I'm going to, yeah, let's bring this back. I shouldn't return 2, but the first of the input string. And this should work. And it doesn't. What? 2 is 2. Yeah, I need to parse it. How do I parse integer? Just like this? Yes, that's it. Okay, so this is the easier test that forces me to do smaller change to my code. I know this is just easy. You can type the perfect code in like 5 minutes because it's just easy task to traverse the array or just the digits in the input and then return the result. But I'm going to do this by the test-driven development because I want to practice in that. And some people say it's great and you should always follow test-driven development, and some people say it's bullcrap and you should avoid it anytime you can. So I'm going to I want to practice it so much that I'm so good at it that I can responsibly say eventually that it's crap and nobody should use it. So I'm going to just practice it, even if I know that in this particular example it would be easier and quicker to do it just right away. So let's move on. The test passes, commit and push. 2 same digits, new test. That's it. And now, is it time for this test? 3, 3, and 1. I guess it is. So I'm not going to return this. Or am I? I can do this. I can do if it's bigger than 1 and the first 2 are the same, return this. And this should pass. Yep, it passes. Commit and push. 3 digits. So, what now? I've got 3 digits and I can just swap the digits to 1, 3, 3 should be 3. Non-zero sum when 2 same digits, when 1 different digit and 2 same digit, two same ones. And this should fail. And it, oh, it does, yeah, it does. Okay. There we go. Yeah, it's just swapped. Expected 3 and actual 0. So, what I can do? Maybe one more thing, I can swap the condition if length of input string is lesser than 2, then return 0. So I'm going to refactor this a bit. Nope. I need to have it there. So or the first two do not match. Return 0, else return first one. And this should fail at the newly added test that I can just skip for now, because its time has not come yet. And here we go. We got failing tests. Yay! The tests saved me. So why does it fail? It shouldn't fail. If length is see, I did just simple refactoring. I got to write down those time and pinpoint them in the comments. I did just small refactoring that I was totally confident that it's going to work, but it just doesn't. So the test saved me a lot of time, a lot of testing by hand if it was a part of a bigger scene, if I can say it like that. And now it all works. So commit and push. I'm going to just put their refactoring into the commit message. If you don't agree with me, you can tell me in the comments what you should appreciate as a better approach. So is it time for this test? No. I can refactor it even more, I guess. If it's lesser than 2, then return 0. And put this condition one line below. If input string, if those don't match, first one and second one doesn't match, then return 0 also. Or otherwise, if they do match, return the first one. Or if now I'm adding code, I'm not refactoring here. I'm going to do it this way, and maybe it's not test-driven development because I'm expecting that this will be better in the future, and I'm not driven into that by the test. So it's hard to say. Hard to say, people. I'm going to keep it this way. Maybe it's not the best way to do it. Run the test. Yes, all pass. And maybe this is just something that needs to be practiced, and next time that I will be doing something like this, it will just pop in my head from the today's experience, and I will just stream it right away, the commands right away. So maybe it's just like that. So I'm going to commit this. Even if I'm not, nope, I'm not going to commit that. That's not a responsible approach. There we go. And let's see how it leads us. So condition separated to two parts. And now I should be able to do this. And I can because this is no longer true. It's not 0 if the first two don't match. Because I can do this. I can do if first don't match and second and third don't match, then return 0. But if nope. Whatever, I'm just going to type it. If the first two match, then return, or even better, I can return the second one because it's the same number in both cases. So if return 0, but else I can return the second one. That's brilliant. Watch it, guys. And oh, it doesn't pass. How comes? 0, someone, 2 different digits. That's right. So therefore, the simplest way is to put here if length input string is 2 and those two do match, then return the first one. Because that's it. That's the special case. And nope. Haha. Maybe I'm going too deep into this. If those are same, then return the first one. Yeah, this should be indented. Else return 0. Yeah, sure. Convert it to int. And that's it. All green. So, according to test-driven development, commit and push, and it's 3 digits do the same. So, now I was applying the solving part to solve the problem, and now I am going to refactor this solution into something less terrible. So let's see. If length input string is lesser than 2, then return 0. That should work. If the length is 2 and they are the same, return the first one, else return 0. If the length is whatever and the first two are not the same and the second ones are not the same, then return 0, else return... Okay, I got a bit lost in that. Am I doing it right? Is that the progress I should follow? Now I should make this more generic, or maybe I should add one more test. I don't know. I think I should refactor this now. So I guess I should refactor this to the loop that is going to traverse the string. But I don't see the obvious way. I'm going to just type in a loop and see what happens. Let's see. For e in range from 0 to length input string, I guess. Let's do if an input string -1, if input string I is equal to I plus 1, then return I. Therefore, I don't need this. And I don't need this. Well, that's too much, right? So I wrote down the cycle. Now I should run the test. Yes, it works. And what did I do? Yeah, it's added. So now I guess I can remove all of this, but it's not obvious enough. There should be some more obvious way, I guess. And if it doesn't find anything, return 0. And it works. Now I guess I don't need this condition anymore. Also, that's correct. And it was just without much thinking, I just removed that, tried it, and it works. So that's it. That's how I came up with this cycle. But it wasn't obvious enough. Multiple ifs into one cycle. I thought it would be more obvious. If you have any recommendation how to do it better, let me know in the comments. I would be glad if you do. So commit and push. Now we have one pretty cycle, and it lacks two of those. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it should return 5, right? I'm just going to test this. And I don't know if this test shouldn't, yeah, it works for this also. This test shouldn't remain there because it wasn't added to try something else, to break something. Maybe there should be some modification in the code where this would pass and this one wouldn't, but let's see. So it's two pairs return their sum. So 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. So it should return 10, and it obviously doesn't. Yes, it fails. Returns 3, should return 10 because it returns only the first one found. So what can I do? I'm going to introduce a variable called result. Maybe it's going to be 0. And it will not return, but result plus equals the first one. No return 0, but return result. Let's see. And there fails a bit more of those. How comes? Non-zero sum when two identical digits. Solver solve 2, 2 equals 2. So what? There is an exception. What happens? I have no idea what happens. But why does it fail? Type error. Ah, that one. Of course. Int. And it works. Okay. So it's multiple occurrences. Multiple pairs summed. Come in and push. So it leaves me just for the one last instance, and that's this. Two parity and a sum, one over circular. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 1, and it should return 3 and 1, that's 4. So this should fail gracefully. Yup. So what's the most easy way to fix that? I can copy paste this. I can say if the first one is the same as last one, it's called something like this, -1. Then add first one maybe, and it wouldn't work for the okay, so this works, but it doesn't work for those, because when it got length of 2, it's counted twice. So if length of input string is not equal to 2 and they are equal, then add them. No, still nothing. One empty. Index error out of range. So if it's greater than 2. If it's longer than 2, yes, then add this. Okay, come in and push, and then refactor it a bit. Circular case. Push. And now I should be able to refactor this to push it somewhere here. So I'm going to go through all of the elements, and this is going to be I, and this is going to be I plus 1 modulo length input string. And remove this. Nope. When one character long input. Huh. When two identical digits. Maybe length -1. But I'm just guessing. I guess it's not the best way to do it. No, it doesn't work. No. So why does this fail? For one digit, it shouldn't and range to the last -1 exclusive. Is there a TDD way how to make this easier? Yeah, it counts it 2 times. Maybe I can go from 1 to length, and therefore it shouldn't even start for 1. Nope. Yeah. This won't work. And you see, this makes the process much less time consuming, because I would need to go through all of the input and debug it to the step where it fails. And now I can see this is the case why it doesn't work, because the first 2 digits are the same and the rest isn't. So this is the point where I would get if I would do the traditional approach to code it in 10 minutes without tests, and then I would be trying this and debugging step by step in the whole input. So I guess this is the outcome of test-driven development, this exact moment. But it's still hard to figure out how to write it down. Or maybe I can go from -1 to length -1 and do it like this. So it would start with the last one. Nope. 1 character input. It returned 2. And this is the case I don't need to solve because such input doesn't exist. So maybe I should abandon that. Oh, but those two should work too. So is there a good way how to write it other than with the last condition? And again, this is not the case I should be doing. Because it just doesn't happen in real life in this assignment. So I guess I'm just going to put here a if statement. If length of input string is 2 and they are equal, then return the first one. And that's it. And then just cycle through it. What about now? Nope. first character and the second one, I can split it to digit 1 is this, and digit 2 is this. Yeah, I could just extract a variable. Digit 2. Int digit 1. And this should be therefore this modulo this. Right? Nope. One character. Maybe I'll just put it there. Maybe that's just the hard part. If length is then 1, then return 0. This can be here. No, it's less than 2. There we go. But it's not nice at all. Or is it? Maybe it is. How did it look before? It was shorter. And it was more clear. There was no... I guess I'm going to go back to that. And maybe it's just part of test-driven development that it gives me this opportunity to go back. I can just refactor this extract variable. It's digit 1 and this is digit 2. And it should be clear to everyone what's happening here. So now we can run the acceptance test, right? And it should be it. Yup, all pass. Unskip. Skip. removed. 2 min and push. And now I can open my GUI I made just for this. Open problem 201 and calculate 1158. Let's see. 1158. Submit. And there we go! 1 freaking star! 1158. So I'm going to put this to main test, which is this. No, I'm not going to do it here. Sorry, my future me. And the tests are failing like hell. Like fucking hell. Because I didn't comment this out. Here should be this 1158. And if I run all the tests, now it passes. Now it passes. Okay, sorry, continuous integration, I wasn't paying attention to you and I should have. Result added to main test. And now it should be okay. So that's the first part. Let's see, the second part is going to be hard. Halfway around the sequence, if your list contains 10 items, include a digit in your sum if the digit steps forward match. What? It has an even number of 1, 2, 1, 2 produces 6. The list contains 4 items, all 4 digits match the digit 2 items ahead. So I should compare 1 to 1 and 2 to 2. So I'm matching this with this and this with this. This is 6. All 4 digits matched. Digit 2 items ahead. This matches this. This matches this. And here 2 matches 2. And why is it doubled? It just doubles the result. Okay, let's do the solver tests. Test 2 full example. Maybe I wanted to put them to the bottom, so I'm going to do it. And test 2 full example. 1, 2, 1, 2 produces 6. For example 1. Five of them. 1, 2, 2, 1 produces 0. This one produces 4. This one produces 12. This one produces 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And skip. So it would go through the list. So I would do just solve self, there copy this, self solve. Should work. Maybe static or whatever. Input string is not defined. Of course it isn't. So input string. Then I can do this. Okay, this is not going to be that much of test-driven development. This is going to be maybe the anti-pattern of that. Let's see how it goes. Because there is no that stuff. Nope. Yeah, part 2 is not done yet. That's it. part 2 refactored first solution. And now I can say range upper bound would be this. And here would be length divided by 2. Should still work. Yup. And here this will be second digit index offset. Here it will be 1, and here it will be this plus the offset. It won't be that much readable, I guess. This would require more time than I allocated for this, so sorry for that. And this should be include circular, and here it would be true, and here it would be false if include circular and okay, it works. Let's see if I... Okay, I'm going to commit that. Edit params to shared solve function. Yeah, it's mess. So let's see. Some floor should be applied to that. Okay, so 2 slashes. And double it. This might be refactored. Include circular should be but still, did it run anything? Did it pass for anything? It doesn't work, I know. Yeah, it returns 0. Because double times 0 is still 0. Double result. Maybe not. I can just 2 times this. Yep, works. Okay, so let's see the GUI. 201 1132. 1132. Yay! Completed day 1. So here it would be 1132, and all tests should pass. Okay, and now should come the phase where everything... Okay, let's make it static. What? So it should be referenced by self, but or maybe I can put it just outside the class. It should work. Right? Yep. I don't know if it's Python clever or anything. Now it may be refactored to the helper class, but I'm going to leave it here. I know it's not perfect, but I should go to sleep because tomorrow I have a busy day. I know it's just I don't know the word. I know it's not honest. So let me know anything you have to say. Let me know in the comments. Day 201 done. Yay! Let me know. I would be really glad for every comment you leave in those comments. Oh, let's see the calendar. Oh, here we go. And that's it. Okay, continuous integration says it works. It's not refactored perfectly. So guys, thanks for watching. Thank you for your interest. Let me know what you think about test-driven development or about my performance, what I may do better, and maybe see you next time by some other problem and some test-driven development. Bye!